Kathy and I have been working on a little micro hydro for the last 8 or 10 months. I thought I'd just do a short video to show what we've done so far. It's still in its early stages, but it's up and running at the moment. Our water collection point is one of these large plastic tubs you can buy from Bunnings or most hardware stores. On top of it we've got a rubberised plastic mat with small slits in it to let the water in. And as you can see, an aluminium baffle there to slow the water down and make it go into the collection point. We're collecting about, using about half a litre per second at this stage, which is giving us about 82 watts at the cabin, which is ample for our needs at the moment. The tub is on a small angle to allow any debris to drop to the bottom left hand side, and every now and then I just open that red tap you can see on the screen and let the debris out. This is a part of the year where we get very low waterfall, so our flow rate's fairly low. Okay, this is the next part of our little micro hydro. As you can see, we're using a Powerspout to generate the power. Got about 55 metres of head, and currently I've got a small nozzle in it so that we don't use up too much water because of aforementioned lack of flow. There's our pipe coming in with a shut-off valve and a little dump valve there to get rid of any debris that might get into the pipe. We've got this sitting on top of a plastic pallet cut down, and another one of those black plastic tubs underneath to catch the water. I've done this to reduce the amount of erosion and so that I can have the micro hydro up out of the stream a little bit, so that when it floods it doesn't get washed away. The water comes out the side, down a sewer pipe, and it goes back into the stream it was originally taken from. You can see down there, not a huge flow of water, but as I said earlier, enough to meet our needs at the moment. We purchased this little unit from Tas Energy and Heating here in Tasmania, and they've been very helpful with the setup. I've got some spare nozzles there in case we want to increase the output with a little bit more water. This tap at the moment is switched off. It's got a slightly larger nozzle in it, which gives us about 180 watts up at the shed. Currently we're just using this one, and as I mentioned earlier, we're doing about half a litre per second. We've got about 55 metres ahead. Okay, the next part of our little power system is the solar side of it. This setup was basically here when we bought the place. I've tweaked it a little bit. I've got the voltage deliberately set high, as you can see, so that any extra power is diverted to the batteries, which then gets diverted to the hot water system. This is where all the power comes in. As you can see, it's all a bit messy yet. It's still a work in progress. The hydro at the moment is putting in 69 watts. That's backed off a little bit because there's a fair bit of solar coming in. This is our load diverter, which is sending about 207 watts to the hot water system at the moment, just as a dump load. That's our TriStar MPPT controller on the left, and the load diverter on the right. I've used a Sunstar SS60C, as you can see, for the load diversion. Just a very simple basic setup. Here's our batteries. We're using 4 6-volt Trojan 390 amp hour batteries. As I say, this is all pretty messy at the moment. It's a work in progress. I've got to tidy it up, but I thought I'd do this as a bit of a progress report. Some of the more observant of you might have noticed that there was only 60 watts coming in on this panel this morning. The amount of solar power changes the amount of hydro power that comes through. So when the solar's a bit high, the hydro drops back. As you can see now, we've got 147 watts going into the hot water system as a diversion load, and we've got 85 watts coming in from the hydro. So the balance of that power is coming from solar still. I just thought I'd clear that up just in case it was going to create a bit of confusion.